David Kitagawa. Heavenly Keller. Talon Keller. Talon. Nathan Height. Devin Gintz. Jeff Glenn. Abraham Foytek.
Okay. Would Jason Watkins please come up? So Jason over at Houston comes out and whoops up on an undefeated wrestler, Hopkins kid. I think he's just really super intelligent because he had the match figured out. He went out and he poured it on hard for the first 2 periods. By then he had a big lead and all he had to do was just try to block everything that the kid had coming. He's totally the opposite wrestler as the other kid. He comes on strong, and at the end of the match may taper off a little bit. And the Hopkins kid just took him lightly. He knows Jason now, but he didn't know him then. And Jason just blocked everything that the kid had coming to him, and time ran out in his favor. It was so fun for us to watch, and exciting. And Jason then, of course, went on to fill in spots for our team. He didn't always take the easy route either, so it was a good reflection of him. So congratulations. Okay, Zion Rogers. So was here at our own BGMS tournament, and he goes out and beats a kid there in finals. What's the kid's name? Come on. Omar. Okay. So he was really Zion was really nervous about going out there, and Zion just absolutely was not going to put up with getting beat here in his home school. And you can see it from the onset. And of course, the kid wrestled him really hard, and everybody's on their feet screaming and hollering, and it's just so much fun. And of course, his parents were crying, and we had to stop the crying, and so we can move on forward. But anyway, so congratulations, and that was so much fun to watch. So Abraham, come on up. Abraham Forte. So this was at the state tournament, the finals. And of course, coaches calling the shots and thinking that we were going to outsmart our opponent. And this opponent was also an undefeated kid. So Abraham and him were both out there battling it. This kid's got chest about this thick. The kid is out there wrestling, and so I just really didn't want to put him underneath the kid. We're thinking about, should we go neutral? What should we do with this guy? We hadn't seen him before. And anyways, we just tried everything we could. He just battled as hard as he could, and it was down to the last split second. And Abraham took the kid down, and of course, it's a matter of the time clock going. Is there any delay there? The person chasing the referee trying to tap him to tell him the time was up. The other referee's watching the match too, so it was basically up to the towel tapper to say whether or not he got the takedown on time. But before the guy could award the two, the whole place was on their feet screaming, two. Yes, amazing. I was surprised how many of those kids, or how many of those people cheering were actually rivalries to us. It's just like they had to be amazed by these two heavyweights out there giving it their all, and then Abraham came out on top in the last big second, so a lot of fun. Devin Vince. Again at the state championships, Devin been battling with another Hopkins brother all season long and coming up a little short. And a lot of times we blamed that on everything but ourselves why he wasn't coming out on top. And each time he'd just give the kid just an amazing battle. And all heads were pointed toward that match. And the Hopkins kids all through his middle school so far undefeated, able to pull it off in the end of the match, even when Devin would be ahead of him up till then. But that night was a little bit different. Devin wanted this thing bad, and he always wants it bad, but he kept focused right down to the last second and ended up coming out on top. And of course, the crowd's just screaming and hollering. A lot of you were there, and just a fun part of our year to watch you win that match. Congratulations. Of all the following awards, really, because this 8th grade particularly was just absolutely tough and very difficult to deal with just the competition between one another. And so we had chose pairs of people that worked hard through the season and just relentless, and even these awards that we're giving out doesn't cover all of our tough wrestlers. What we did, starting about 10 years ago, I started this Ironman Working Partners Award, where you get partners that will work together day after day and just battle it out and really try to make each other better through the season. A few of them beat up their partners and had to go on to somebody else, but for the most part, we had these pairs of guys that just kept pouring it on every day. And so right now I'd like to call up the first two, and since I'm chicken about calling these awards, I ended up doing quite a few. But anyways, how about Jeff Glenn and Zion Rogers? These guys are competitive fellows, and some days you almost got to pull them apart. I mean, these guys are 8th graders. They're built like a lot of juniors would hope to be. And when they battle it out, they actually, it just looks like some high school kids going at it. And anyways, guys, thanks for your hard work, and coaches really feel good when you guys are in the room working so hard. Good job. Both Michael Evans and Matthew Daniels. These guys just pretty much battle it out every day, like with the best that they had, and just didn't see any slough days. I mean, last year was a little bit different, and I'm not sure what's inspired him this year, but it was a total good and hard battle every day that they were there, improving and learning, and I think that, you know, it paid off for him nicely, especially at the state tournament. Congratulations, guys. Devin gets Wade McGann. I shouldn't have done it, but I always told Devin, just pretend that Wade is Hopkins. That wasn't very good for Wade, but it was fun for me if I didn't think one of them was going fast enough. And of course, these guys have worked really hard here for 2 years for Devin. Devin broke his arm in first year, but showed up at every practice. And anyways, but the last 2 years have been, you know, close to the same weight and battling it hard. And this is one of the little ways it pays off. Okay, congratulations, guys.
Nathan Reeves and Brennan Powell.
Okay, so I have a lot of great wrestlers on the team, and these next awards are the most outstanding wrestler, and we couldn't decide on one, so we decided to pick 3. And the first one is Christian Kirka. Kirka loves wrestling. He's an extremely hard worker, and at state he dominated his weight class and pinned everybody until the finals. He couldn't get a pin in the finals, but it was still a good match. Major decision, his kid. It wasn't a tech. 15-3. So he worked really hard, and he loves wrestling, so all his hard work paid off at state. He had a few weeks off where he was injured with a concussion, but he came back strong and did really well at state. So good job, Kirka. This next kid is Devin Gens. Devin's one of the hardest workers in our wrestling room. Every day he's asking me for help, for new technique, always looking to improve himself. And it paid off in the end when he finally beat his rival at state. And Devin had the most points for us at state, correct? Devin collected the most amount of points for us at state, which was a big thing, and so he did great this year. Good job, man. Lucas.